Hi, everybody. This is Lana. I hope you can hear me all right. Um, I know that this life is happening 2 hours later than it was supposed to, and I'm sorry about the inconveniences. I had a little bit of an emergency, and I couldn't be anywhere near a computer at the time, so I'm really sorry about that. But I'm here now, and I will answer all the questions that you left before. And if you're new and just joining, welcome. My name is Lana. I am an energy healer and I assist twin flames. And I'm also assisting just everyone, every soul that comes my way in their healing and integration of their light. So, welcome. And I'm going to do something a little bit different today because I realize that many of you will be listening to this afterwards. So I wanted to talk a little bit um, because of the things that I have been experiencing and a little bit of the questions that I have gotten lately about the twin flames. I want to talk about ego and about integrating the ego and how and why letting go seems so hard sometimes. So, when we are when we have moments when we are not trying to do everything perfectly, when we are not busy trying to do anything, right? So the trying part is when we are being led by the ego. Because if we are in the soul, we know that we are already perfect, that we don't have to try, that things just happen the way they are supposed to. So through the soul, we develop more faith. Welcome to those of you who just joined. So through the soul, we develop more faith, and through the ego, we usually um, receive a lot of fear. So a lot of questions of how are you going to do this? How is this going to play out, etc. So when we start integrating the ego starts to let go of situations that that would normally frighten us. So we let go of fear or situations that would normally make us insecure. We let go of that. hmm So I don't know, you guys, if you can hear me. Can anyone tell me in the chat box if you can hear me? I, okay, I think it's working now. Okay, so back to the ego. So one of the things, and especially with twin flames and with integrating the energies, with integrating the masculine and the feminine energy, is that we are not incomplete, and we are not trying to complete a part of us with the opposite polarity, but we have both polarities within. And this is something that I have been talking about a lot, how we embody the feminine and the masculine energy. So when I talk about feminine and masculine in my videos, it can apply for the inner masculine and the inner feminine, or it can apply for the energetics outside, so for the collective. And if you are feeling it, it can also apply for your own energy, for your own template. But this is very different because we all have different templates and it all depends on our souls. So things may resonate, but it doesn't mean that I am strictly talking about your particular template. So when we have the feminine and the masculine energies within, we don't try to shut down either of them. So we learn how to anchor them in our bodies and how to integrate the divinity of each of them. So we integrate the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy. And in order to do this, we heal parts of us from the feminine and the masculine energy that was already within us. As we do this, we generate this energy or this state of union. And it's not that we were ever incomplete, it's just that we were integrating these two aspects. And when we do that, we it's like we are embodying that wholeness from within. So we're no longer in conflict. And this is also part of integrating the ego. So the ego is also, you can see it kind of as a polarity in compared to the soul. So the ego will always bring us back to duality and will always point out the things that aren't working, how things should be, and it will bring about fears. So, for example, when Ingrid, one of the people in the chat, lovely Ingrid from Brazil, she wrote a question about the twin flames, and I wanted to start to talk about this because I think it was a pretty good question. So she said, in case there is a rupture in the union, so in her twin flame connection, how can I best support myself to stay in wholeness? Can I ever be as whole alone with my twin, without my twin? And for me, the answer is yes. Actually, the point of the twin flame journey is to become whole before you come into union. So when you are in that energy of wholeness, union exists in you. And that way union exists without as well. So you come into any relationship, and it doesn't even just have to be like a romantic relationship. It can be any type of relationship where you start engaging at a different level. So the things that triggered you before, or the things that would come up as patterns, especially from childhood, these things still, there are some layers that may still come up, but you won't throw away the relationship because of them. So it won't be something that will won't be any triggers to pull you back into codependency. Or if there are, you will have the tools and the self-healing tools to be able to address this while being in union with your twin, while being in a relationship with another person. So the point of it is the point of the whole twin flame journey for me is to learn before you get into any kind of relationship, to know your own energy, to know how you work, to know what your traumas are, what your troubles are, what your triggers are with another person. So for example, I don't know, if you know that you're someone that tends to get very jealous, this is a pattern that develops also from childhood. So if you can address this and heal this in a deeper way before you come into a relationship with anyone, like especially a romantic relationship, it will really help you to come in stronger. And even if the trigger presents itself, you will have a way, or you will have some kind of mastery over how to handle that kind of situation. So this is why I think that healing is very important, and self-healing, because even if you're working with someone, with a healer or with a therapist or with someone who is coaching you, the one who's doing the work, the one who's doing the inner reflections, the one who's going deep into the core of his being is you. So the therapist or the healer is there as a tool, is there as a guide, is there to provide you with inspiration, with guidance, with assistance. But the one who is doing the work, the one who is going into the depths, the one who is feeling the unsolved emotions, the one who is solving, the one who is doing the work is you. So this is something that I know many of you are like you're familiar with this, and then there are some of you that kind of resist that kind of inner work. But it all comes at the right time, and it comes when you're ready, and it comes when you're ready to heal. So the same thing is with the twin flame and with the relationship. If you are doing the work, if you are healing yourself, if you have been awakened and you are working on yourself, you're working in the depths of yourself, you are healing the things that you need to heal in order to go forward with your life, in order to feel whole in yourself, in order to feel love, or you're even learning to love yourself. Sorry, that's my dog. Or even if you're just learning to love yourself, this is very, very important. This is crucial, because through that self-love that usually never teaches, that never that no one ever teaches us, is how we start to heal and how we start to unfold our potential. And that's how the things in our life start to happen, the things that we want to see. That's how we start creating and co-creating aligned with the divine. So when we align with love, basically, is how we align with God. And when we are aligned with God, that's when all the things that we always dreamt of start unfolding and start happening. So it's a process, and it's not something that happens from one day to another. But the same thing is with the twin flames. If you want to be in a relationship with somebody, and if you came to this video, if you came to these teachings, or if you came to even to the twin flame term because of that, there's a big mission for you to do your healing work in yourself and to find that wholeness and that unconditional love in yourself first. And then you can go into a relationship, and you can anchor that love, and it can be still an unconditional love, even if you're with another person. And of course, that other person ideally has also done his work or her work, and they come together with you. So when there are triggers, or when things happen, because life happens, and we get like another layer of mastery when we get into union. So, or when we're in any kind of relationship, we have this new layer of union, and this new layer of mastery. So when this happens, triggers are going to come up, and that's when you really see like what you're made of, in a sense. That's when you really see the progress of your work. That's when you really see how much you evolved as a soul through this journey and through learning to love yourself. And the more you know how to love yourself, the more you know how to love someone else. And the more you love yourself unconditionally, the more you know how to love someone else unconditionally. And the other person has done the same. So for me, the twin flame energetics, apart from being the energetics and something that we're doing at a collective level, that we're healing through the masculine and feminine polarities, it is also like a play out of what goes on internally when we separate from God as a soul, let's say, and are going back into God, even if we are still separated, like even if we're still in our own vessels, even if we have individual consciousness, but through self-love and through loving yourself unconditionally, you experience the love of all. So you become one with all, not just with your twin flame or with your inner and masculine, but you become one with everything. And that's like the return to God. That's the ending of separation. And that's when union begins. And it's not something that we have to wait for until we die. It's not that we are now in separation, and when we die, we are going to feel that we are in union. No, we can experience that feeling of being in union now if we start to anchor it in our bodies. the fields have been expanding our energy fields, and we are anchoring the energies of union, of unity consciousness more than ever, like more than any other time in the world before. So there is a lot of potential available for us if we do the work, and if we go deep within to find that connection, to find the connection with this energy that is everlasting and that will only start to grow and grow more. And I know that many of you have been going through hard times. I know that there has been a lot of change, a lot of sudden change, unexpected events and deaths and things like that that really throw you off, and maybe even failures, or what we perceive in the ego mind as failures. But I wanted to go a little bit into that, because I know that when you feel like you failed in any way, that you failed to someone, or that you failed in being the person that you wanted to be, or in being something for someone else, the feeling of failure brings up a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of a low self-esteem, right? So it brings up feelings even of sadness, or even of shutting down. And if you are a sensitive being, if you are an awakened soul, if you're listening to this, you probably are. And these feelings are very, very hard, and are very hard to deal with, especially if you are a sensitive being. So as sensitive beings and as awakened souls, we are also tend to be very intelligent in a way. So the mind is very sharp, but it also, intelligence can kind of backfire in this aspect, because it makes you judge yourself even more than any other regular person would judge themselves. So empaths and sensitive souls usually have this inferior ego, which is something that I have talked about, and also twin flames, of course. And this is something that Matt Kahn defined as, he explained it very beautifully in one of his videos, where he was saying, most of the people have this exalted ego, and for the majority of people in the planet, and especially the ones who haven't been awakened, it's more about toning the ego down in order to achieve this state of neutrality. So for people who are always thinking, oh, I'm the best, I do everything well, I'm so good at this, I look so good, that you need to learn, life brings you the lessons to kind of tone it down and bring the ego into a healthy state, into a neutral state, right? But for most sensitive beings, and for most awakened beings and empaths, light workers, you usually tend to have an ego that goes more into the self-criticism and into shutting down. So because you come in as a bright light, and you are wanting to help people, you're wanting to assist others, you're wanting to create a safe space for other people, there is a lot of this template of self-sacrifice. So this is from the old spiritual paradigm. And when you come in as this bright light and you start self-sacrificing in order for all the ones around you, to help your family, to assist your loved ones, and you do this at an energetic level, and then when you are old enough, then you start doing this at all levels. So at the mind, at the emotional, and even at the spiritual level. And part of the lesson for the sensitive souls is to stop these patterns of self-sacrifice, to understand them, to locate them, and to start to self-nourish and to use that light that you usually bring out to everyone else and to pivot it inward, to turn it around into you, and to bring in that light, that self-love, that support, and that confidence to you. Mhm. So for the sensitive beings, the ego needs to be like lifted up. It needs to be like pumped up, you know? And there are ways to do this. Um, for example, I'm going to share something that is like more, I think more personal, right? But for example, when I was little, I was very shy. Like I had a part of me that was very extroverted and was very social, but there was also a part of me that was very shy and that had to overcome things in order to start really uh, doing my mission more fully, in order to show up, in order to be more present in the lives of the people that I was changing. And I had to learn how to own what I was doing. So I had to learn how to recognize myself, how to recognize my path, how to recognize how far I had come. I had to even recognize that I was able to help other people. Because when you come as a light being and it's so natural and so easy to just give and give and give, that you don't even consider that as something that is special. So I have seen many light beings and sensitive souls that have incredible gifts, that are incredible at, I don't know, listening to people, that are incredible at painting, at drawing, at just being a great communicator, that are great at inspiring people, that are great at lifting people up, that are great at serving other people. But they fail to recognize this in themselves. So because we project what we see into our reality, it goes unnoticed by other people as well. And they start to get into lack, or into lack of abundance, or into not receiving the value back of what they offer. Because somewhere in the unconscious mind, there is this belief that um, I'm just meant to spread the love, and I don't need anything in return, or I just want to give, I don't want to receive. But these are things that we learn from childhood, and also models of thinking, and also models of the old spiritual paradigm. And many of you who are in the spiritual path today, you have been in the spiritual path for many lifetimes before, if you believe in past lifetimes, of course. And because you've been in the spiritual paradigm in past lives, the spiritual paradigm in past lives was way different than what we are anchoring now. So there was a lot more of separation back then. There were really dark times. And so a part of our consciousness has these memories or these imprints of those lifetimes where being the light meant self-sacrificing for everybody, or it meant being burned down in, instead of other people being burned down. Or many of you have endured a lot of very traumatic experiences due to this. And of course, this imprint somehow stays in our mind, and it can start to appear in our lives now, or it can start to appear when we start to awaken in our spiritual path. And these are tendencies and things that we learned before that we can start to set free, that we can start to let go and let them integrate back into the light. Mm-hmm. So the part of integrating is very important, and it just means to let go. So many times we hold on to things, right? And the part of us that holds on to things, to situations, to jobs, to careers, to titles, to the way people look at us, to the way we feel we should be, or to the way we think we should be, all the things that we are that are making us feel resistant, that are pulling on us, or that we somehow feel um, that we need to grab for life, for dear life. Those things are usually the ones who are wanting to exit your reality. And when these things are wanting to exit your reality, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to simply allow, to really see, okay, am I holding on to this because of my ego, because of my fears, because of programming, because of conditioning, because of past hurts, because of things that were imprinted? Or am I holding on to this because it makes me happy? Am I holding on to this because I feel good? Am I holding on to this because I feel pleasure? And you'll probably find that anything that you are holding on to is something that is ready to be let go of, is something that is no longer bringing those positive feelings into your life, and is something that most likely is bringing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness, a lot of uncomfort, a lot of discomfort. And these are the things that we need to let go of, and we need to develop our strength and our courage and our projection. We have to grow in our self-esteem, in our self-love, in order to be able to let go of these things, knowing that we will be all right, in order to know that everything is going to be all right, even if I let go of the thing that I thought I had to hold on to forever. So the way we shift our energy into having faith, into loving, into knowing that everything is going to be all right. And I'm also saying this because of the twin flames. So when we are holding on to a person, when we are holding on to a specific energy, to a specific person, to a specific being, and there are things that are coming our way and we're still holding on to something, it's also to know that the moment we let go, the things that are really meant to be can come in. And it is not that we are just letting go and it's going to disappear, because things don't disappear like out of nowhere. It's more that we let go of the feeling that we have to hold on. We let freedom come in, we let trust come in, we let faith come in and take the place of fear. And when we do that, things will naturally unfold and the universe will bring us what needs to come in, or what has been trying to come in for all this time. And maybe we weren't even seeing it because we were holding on to old stuff and to old ways of being for too long. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that you have to let go of people just like that and let go of things just like that. But I'm saying that when we let go of the fear of letting go, of the fear of losing, the love can fill all of these parts, and we can start to feel supported and not be afraid of taking a decision. Okay, so I know that this is hard, and this is something that is that we need to learn how to master. But this is why focusing on loving yourself is so important. And I know I have talked about this before, and you have heard it probably from a lot of teachers, but it's really the key point into shifting from fear of, what if I'm not going to be whole? What if I lose this? What if I don't? what if I'm never happy? What if I'm, all these things that we somehow think, but we don't really want to face, or that we really put under the rug. All these fears that are, for me, part of the ego, part of the inner child, part of that part of us that needs a lot of reassurance, and that needs a lot of love and a lot of compassion in order to heal, in order to be integrated, in order to let go of the fears. So instead of battling ego and battling in going against us because we apparently failed in something, we can take any failure, anything that is not working out in our lives right now. And if you have something like that, the ones of you who are alive here, why don't you think about that? Think about that part or that area in your life, or that thing that you wished was going better, or that you wish you could change, or just focus on that part for a second. What would it be? And if you can, try to think about, how would the ideal situation be? How could it be solved? Like, not really the how, not really the process, but just picture it solved. Picture it the way it would ideally be for you. And when you're looking at that, start to breathe in deeply. Okay, and start to connect to Mother Earth and to God, to the divine. Let's expand your channels and start to receive the light of God into your heart and all the way down to Mother Earth. Okay, and now see the situation solved. And we are going to send love and healing energy to that part of you that is afraid that this will never happen. Okay? And we're going to do that in order to be able to anchor in that situation that you wish was happening. So let's just take a deep breath in. And see yourself receiving this golden energy into your heart. And it is going exactly where it needs to go in order to heal that part of you that is afraid that this will never happen, or that is afraid that this is not possible, or that thinks that this is not possible in any way, shape, or form throughout all space, time, and dimension. We're going to clear this, heal it through the gold, and give it back to God. Okay, now we're going to see the situation again, what you wish that was happening. And we're going to see that this is already happening. We're going to feel through the breath. We're going to bring this into our present and feel like this is already there. It's already landed. It's already anchored in you. It's already a part of your reality. And it's already starting to unfold. So just bring in the gold again into your heart. And bringing love into your inner child, to that part of you that was afraid, to that part of you that was taught many things, and to that part of you that was shutting down, and to that part of you that needed this reassurance just in order to be integrated into the light. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. Okay. So this was just a small exercise that you can do at home, that you can do anytime you need it. Anytime that you feel afraid, anytime that you feel afraid of doing something, of letting something go, anytime that you feel anxiety or you feel fear of anything, just look at the situation and face it. In a way, it's like facing the situation, but with love, from a loving place, from a place where you're connected to your heart. And then just talking to that part of you that is afraid, and really going into the inner child, or however you want to picture this, and send love and send this healing light to that part. And that part will immediately, the moment it feels safe, it will immediately let go, and you will change from feeling fear into feeling faith, into feeling love. So this is also one of the keys to manifesting and to co-creating with the universe, to manifesting what you really want and what you really desire from your heart. But that's why it's really crucial to learn how to be in this state of energy where you are pulling things in and not repelling things and not being afraid. Because the energy of being afraid of things not going that way, or thinking too much of all the things that could go wrong, it's actually bringing those situations into your present moment. And instead, if we focus on what we want, on what and how we want to feel, and if we start making this happen in our present, we start anchoring the feelings of love. Sorry. We start anchoring those feelings of love. We start anchoring the feelings. If you're a twin flame and you wish to be in union with that twin flame, or you wish to be in a relationship where you're loved and you're loving, bring in that love into your everyday life through self-love, but also through loving the world, through showing love, through really living and seeing and noticing the love in your everyday life. And that will anchor that vibration, that will anchor the union energy into your present. And it will also bring up the triggers. It will also clear out the things that you still needed to clear out. So it's always a double process. One process is to cleanse, and the other one is to fill up. So please, when you're doing any kind of energy work or self-healing work, always remember to clear and to do the hard work, to cleanse, to go deep, and then to fill up and to replenish and to rest and to take care of yourself. Because if we do only one, it doesn't work that well. Okay? Okay. And also what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is about the mission. So when we know or when we are aligning to our lives through love, through loving ourselves, the first thing that happens is that we start to receive insights and we start to get steps into our mission. So anything that makes us happy, that makes us feel love, that makes us feel nurtured, that makes us feel that we are whole, those things are the ones that are key points to you finding your mission, or to you aligning, because it's not really that you find it. You're always on your mission, even if you haven't been on your mission consciously before. But your soul knows what she's doing. Your soul knows why it's leading you, and it has led you through all the peaks and valleys in your life. It was all for you to come into this place of awareness, into this place where you are actually starting to wonder, what is my mission? Or you actually have found it, because many of you I know that have found it, or that are getting an instinct of what this could be. So part of the twin flame journey is that both the masculine and the feminine energy have to be on mission, or in mission. This is not like a condition to anything, but it's something that happens also naturally. Because being in mission means that you're aligned with self-love, means that you feel whole. And this is, and in my own experience, being in mission or doing these things to start to go into mission, to align with your mission, these steps and these moments in time are very, very important, because you start to experience what it feels like to feel whole. I think um, apart from love itself and from loving someone else, even that is a different feeling. But like the higher the spiritual love, for me, the times that I have really felt it, the universal love, the union with all, was always when I was serving. It was always when I was giving something unconditionally. It was always when I was going outside of myself and was looking at the other person like they were me and I was them, and there was absolutely no separation. So I remember when I was little, I had this feeling a lot when I saw, I grew up in Mexico City, and I saw the children from the street, children that lived on the street. Um, Hi, Shanadi. I would walk by them every day almost, and I remember that I was so touched by, like, I didn't understand. I was very little, but I would always ask my mom, why are they on the street, and where is their mom, and why are they not in a home? Why can I take them with me? Can they come with us? Why don't they come to live with us? And my parents were like, no, we can't take them to our house. But I was like, why are they on the street, and why are they like under the cold or under the rain? And I remember that they would take me to school, so we would drive by them every day. And every day I would find something from my closet or from my parents' closet, or food or anything that I could think of, and I would pack it and sneak it out. So I was literally kind of stealing from my parents. But I would just sneak those things out, and I would give them to them when we were walking, and I would try when we were passing by, and I would try that my parents wouldn't notice. So I would just open the window and throw the things out very quickly and pull the window up again. And when I would do that and I would see them, I felt like it was my mission, like a very big part of me. Something lit up in my soul, and I took that moment, that those 2 minutes or those 5 minutes when I was planning in the house that I was going to take these things for these children. Those moments I was so present, so focused, and so feeling so whole and so in my soul, acting from the soul, that I completely vanished. So as a person, as an individual, I completely vanished. And I felt like, in me giving those things to them, I was giving that to myself also. Of course, I wasn't at the age where I could reflect all of that, but I just felt a sense of wholeness and of mission. So it's kind of like having this spark that keeps you going no matter what. And these moments, I think I talked about this in my last video. These moments when we feel that light, when we feel that flame, it is like a spark. It is like the twin flame. It's something that sparks. It's something that is lit up in you, and you all of a sudden know, without knowing with the mind. You just know from your soul that this is something that you have to do, that there's no question. And if you reflect on it a little bit, I'm sure that many of you have had those moments in your life. where you just knew that this was something that you were meant to be doing. And it can be as small as what I just told you, that story. After that, I had many other moments where I felt the same in completely different situations. Um, but for me, it was always something that involved the other one, and completely merging with the other one, and completely being at one with that other person. And this is also what is reflected in the twin flame. So when we are trying to uh, when we are trying to do anything with the twin flame, when we are trying for him or her to be there, to look at us, to when there is this trying thing, that's when you know that it is coming from the mind, and it is probably coming from a deep-seated fear of not being enough by yourself, or of not having enough, or of not being complete in your life. And for divine feminines, this happens a lot because of the social pressure, because of family, friends, and people saying, you're this and this age, you should be married, you should be having kids, um, you should have this kind of life, and all the other people from your age are doing this. So there is a lot of pressure on the feminine, especially because of the part of having children, right? And this is something that I have seen that brings a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear to the divine feminine collective, because there is this thought going on that if I don't hurry up, if I don't do things right, or I must be doing things wrong because I'm not getting what everybody is getting, or I'm not doing what everybody is doing. So there is this self-defeating thought gets installed into the psyche, and we start doubting ourselves, and we start doubting if we're pretty enough. The divine feminine starts to take it out on the body, on the image, on the outside, when really what needs to be changed and uplifted is the inside. When really what needs to be uh, like understood at the soul level is that you are perfect no matter what happens, no matter what other people say, no matter what you learn, no matter what the social norm is, no matter how old you are, no matter in what situation you are, no matter what you love to do, whatever, all these things, all these rules have to be broken down, but they cannot be broken down by people from the outside. They have to be broken down by you. If you want those rules to be broken, if you want new rules to be applied into your life, you are the one who needs to take your power and needs to break down wherever is not working for you. It doesn't matter what worked for them. It doesn't matter what, it's so easy as to compare it with, a very silly example, but, the type of jeans that fit you as a divine feminine, as a woman. We all have completely different bodies, completely different shapes and sizes, and this is beautiful. And the jeans that fit for you are not going to fit someone else. The plans that fit for you are not going to fit the other. So trying to get into a mold, into an old mold, into an old way of thinking in order to be valued, or in order to feel like we have value, or in order to validate ourselves, is completely against us, against our feminine nature. As feminine beings, we are the source, we are the mothers, we are the creative power, we are Shakti, we are divine, we are embodying the divine principle of creation, of creativity. So we cannot limit ourselves into molds that come from the outside, from something that is outdated, right? So the more we connect into our own creative energy, into this divine feminine energy in us, we can use that power in order to create the circumstances, the rules, the realities and the conditions that we need in order to be happy, and in order to feel whole, and in order to feel validated, and in order to feel complete. Because really it is the opposite. We have to validate ourselves first. No matter how, in what condition we are, no matter how we look, no matter where we are. And by validating us in any state given, and knowing that we are divine, and acknowledging our divinity and our uniqueness through everything that we live through, that is when we get our power back. That is the point. That is the key. And if you can love yourself when you are at your worst, you can love yourself always. So it's very important to love yourself no matter where you are, and to know that no matter where you are, no matter what the outside is, you are the one who is the boss, and you're the one who is the ruler of your own reality. You are the main actress, and you are the center of your life. So to make anyone else or anything else beside of you the center of your life is giving your power away, is giving your divinity and your creative power away for free. Just because. Okay? So for all the divine feminines listening to this, please go inside and grab your power. Grab all of your divinity and love yourself and honor yourself. And even if you're not where you would ideally be, and even if you don't have what you thought you would have, and instead of focusing on all the things that you don't have or that you do have, just focus on you. Focus on how you feel. Focus on your soul. And go deeper. And when you're in there, in that state, you will find that you are loved, and that you are loved, and that you have always been loved and accepted just the way you are, and that you are perfect, no matter how the outside looks, no matter how reality is presenting to you. And the more you know this, the more you can anchor this into your being, knowing that you are perfect, that your life is perfect, that all is perfect and is occurring in divine synchronicity. The more the things that before seemed impossible to solve will start to solve by themselves, without your input, without your constant effort. Okay? I would encourage you that if you're putting too much effort in some area of your life and you're not really seeing the results, bring that effort, all that fuel, all that push, bring it back to you. Push yourself with love. Bring that effort into loving yourself. Bring that commitment into really loving yourself, into really getting to know yourself. And you will see how your life will change. It will shift. It will no longer remain the same when you love yourself and you accept yourself, and when you know that you are perfect. And it's something that also anchors with time, and it anchors in a process, but just the thought of it starts to anchor it, and it anchors deeper and deeper and deeper every time you think about it, every time you feel it, every time you bring it into your awareness. So I would encourage all of you who are listening to this to start to anchor more of the good things, anchor the good energy, anchor what you want to be feeling, anchor the love, and let the other stuff just go, just integrate back into the light. Trust that it will be okay integrating back into the light. Trust that you don't have to be holding on to things because of fear. Okay? Okay, so I hope that brings some insight into your lives and some inspiration, hopefully. And okay, and for the divine masculine, or the divine masculine energy, I feel like right now it's a moment. It's a very, very important moment. It's a very beautiful moment in time, and also for the divine masculine energy. When I was coming back home, driving back home today, my nephew was sitting next to me, and he was kind of falling asleep. He was kind of cranky because well, many things that happened today, but he was kind of falling asleep, and I was doing my meditation, and I noticed that I was sitting right next to him, right? And I noticed that every time I closed my eyes to go into the meditation state, he would start moving around in his little chair, and he would get very restless. And every time I opened my eyes and I put my hand on his hand, he would just like soothe and calm down. And I tried this like twice or three times, because I had to hold a mudra for the meditation. So I would take my hand and I would place it again on his hand. And I noticed how the energy of the divine masculine has been nurtured by the energy of the divine feminine. So all the work that the divine feminines have been doing, all the self-love work, all the recognition, all the self-validating, all the knowing that we are beautiful, creative beings, all that clearing of the old timelines where we were, as women, where we were punished or treated in a different manner or abused or etc., like all that gender stuff. I feel like the work that the feminine has been doing internally, emotionally, collectively, and especially at the energetic level, in anchoring the new love, anchoring the new templates, anchoring the divine energy of the goddess, this is starting to really nurture the divine masculine's energy. And it's starting to shift the way we have seen the divine masculine energy in the planet up until now. So the divine masculine energy is receiving this space where it can start to relax, where it can be in an active mode and it can have the strength and the power to accomplish things, but it's also being nurtured and pushed into going into states of relaxation more, of receiving, of nurturance. And while he's doing this, the divine masculine energy is also learning how to give that nurturance back. So how to tap into their own feminine energy and nurture the divine feminine and protect the divine feminine. So a lot of integration of the polarities and a lot of healing has been coming through the feminine energy. And the more we as divine feminines integrate this wisdom and everything I just talked about, all that self-love in ourselves, we are assisting the divine masculine in holding the position and in holding his projection, and also in protecting the process of the divine feminine and nurture the process of the divine feminine. So it is a very sorry about my dog. It is a very, very beautiful process what we're actually going through. So I know that sometimes we get caught up in the things that are happening at an individual level. But if we really start to feel into the energies and start to see how much we are doing at a collective level, how much the feminine and the masculine energy are starting to merge, how much they're starting to integrate, how much we are updating these energies. Because it's not only about the union and about merging the two, but it's also about updating each of them. So the same way at a smaller scale with you and your twin, you are updating your energy, they are updating their energy. And when you come into union, you will update the energy of you two together. So this is something that is very beautiful, but it's also something that, of course, involves the work. And the work, of course, is to be in wholeness and to be more in love, in that union with ourselves. Okay. So let me see if you guys have, if you have any questions. I think I've been talking for a long time. It's been an hour. So let me know if you have any questions. You can write them in the chat box, and I will try to answer a few. Let me see, Linda. Hi, all. Hi, everybody. Oh, wow, Shana, that's amazing. Shana says, my mission is to help female inmates when they're released and addicts and the mentally ill. Yeah, being the inner child. Yes, that's wonderful, Shana. Be sure to protect your energy if you can, because the fields of patients that are mentally ill, and there's a lot of very heavy energy around you. So if you can clear every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day, that would be wonderful if you know how to do this. And also taking baths with salt water to cleanse your auric field, so that dense energy can be transmuted and it doesn't get stuck into your field. Okay, so if you guys don't have any questions for now, I will go into a small healing, and I will see with the energy of the group, of the people that are here now connected, and of course the ones who will join. But I will take out my tools here and see what's the energies that we can heal now for you and your connection. And Lyndon says, should we be clearing RDMs every day? Yes, Lyndon. Ideally, you should. Once or twice a day is perfect if you can, like in the morning or at night, or anytime you have a chance. But at least once, and if you can, twice a day, it's even better. Or anytime you feel like like a connection, or you have like any kind of feeling, or if you go into longing, or if you go into attachment or things like that, you can also do it then, like clear for them, for you, for them, and for the connection. That's what I would do. Okay. Hi, Caffeine Jones. I'm so glad you guys are here and that you could join. Okay, so let's see, everybody, what we can heal today. Okay, so I'm being guided to go to the to the female twins. Hi. Okay. So let's see, from the female twins, or the female energy. If you're divine masculine, you can also do this for your twin or for your own inner female or feminine energy. So let me just take a second to ground. If you want, you can also take a second to take a deep breath in. I will connect to your energies now, to everyone who's on the chat, on the live, all the beautiful souls that are here. Okay, we're going to ask for protection for you, for your twin, and for all the souls involved. If it's for their highest good and they want to collaborate, we're going to ask all the energy of the divine feminine and divine masculine collective to all the higher spiritual beings that are assisting this mission, to all the higher guardians. Okay, we're going to ask for your specific lineages, for your specific soul group, extended soul group, monad, and beyond. That all the highest spiritual guides, healers, helpers of your own lineage are represented, that they assist you, they assist us with this healing and clearing at an individual level and at a collective level. So just taking a deep breath in. Okay. That was just for grounding. And I'm seeing a lot of you. You have beautiful energies. Some of you need to clear also a little bit from your fields. I'm so happy that all of you are here and that we're all connected. Okay. Hi, Amber. Hi, Bree. Hope you guys are fine. Amber, happy birthday from last week. I wanted to say it on the video last time and I forgot, so now I'm saying it. Okay. Okay, so let's see for the feminine energies. What do we need to heal today for your union, for the union of all? Show me. Okay, need to heal past relationship damage between you. Okay. A sacred number, Amber. Okay, guys, so we're going to heal for every one of you, like whatever happened in your relationship with your twin up until now, any damage between you guys, anything that might have gone wrong, or anything that might have, have caused like pain or resentment or anything negative between you. So we're going to heal that. And we're going to ask all the grandmothers, the Sisterhood of the Rose, through your own template. And we're going to ask Kuan Yin also to go into our inner child, to soothe, to heal the inner child. And we're going to ask Lords of Karma and Archangel Michael to please heal and clear anything and all that is related to this, that has that needs to be healed between you and your twin flame. Any past damage of the relationship between you. Anything from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, throughout all space, time, and dimension, throughout all layers and beyond. And we're going to ask this to be healed at the crown, at the soul level, at the root point of conception, that anything and all is cleared. And you can see the cord between you and your twin. And we're going to just ask that this cord is healed, cleansed, repaired, that any damages that occurred from your relationship in previous times, that these are repaired with the golden light through divine alchemy, and also through the violet, through the bright violet. That any negative emotions, and I'm kind of choking, so there's a lot of like resentment, pain, hurt, past pain, anything and all negative lower emotions from you towards your twin or from your twin towards you, that this is all cleansed out now. And we're going to ask that the new light codes are brought in to that. You can see it or imagine it as a channel between you, or as a string between you, the connection between you. So we're going to ask that this connection between you and your twin is healed from any past pain, hurt, sorrow, suffering, from any betrayal, from any bad luck, from any bad decisions, from any curses throughout all space, time, and dimension, from any betrayals. I already said that. From any treason, from any hurt, from any victimhood, from playing the victim or playing the destroyer, the victimizer or the abuser. Healing and clearing these old stories, and also clearing all the trauma from your relationship from the past. Anywhere where you were separated or where you separated out into other fields, or where you couldn't reach or come into a state of union within you, or the other person within themselves. So healing and clearing with the help of their own energy, with the help of their own light workers, elementals of the body. And I'm seeing that this is going very deep into the root of the divine feminine, into the womb. So healing and clearing the area between your heart and your womb, and starting to reconnect through the gold and through the rose gold, starting to reconnect the heart and the womb and the sexual organs, and the sexual chakra, the navel especially, the plexus, the place of your lower creativity. Okay, in the throat. And we're going to focus now in the heart. And we're seeing this golden spiral go into your hearts. And from there it starts to grow, and it starts to encompass all of your bodies with this rose and golden energy. If you're a divine masculine, you can envision this as well, because this is healing and assisting your divine feminine, or all lifetimes where you were a woman. Because as you know, we have all been women and men. We have all had all bodies, and we have all been all genders. So this applies for you as well. Okay. Okay, going in deeper, please breathe that in into your belly, expand the belly. And you can say, I receive from the Divine Mother. I receive from the Divine Father. I am whole and I am complete. My twin flame is whole and is complete. And all of these issues from the past are healed now by the divine grace of God. And so it is. Okay, continuing to breathe. Okay. Okay, so I'm still feeling some of you kind of choking. So please try to connect, envision your crown, connecting upward to God, to the divine feminine and divine masculine. Let's connect to the divine goddess energy, bringing in the divine feminine template, the divine feminine power. So anchoring through the golden spiral, the empowerment of the divine feminine, and letting go and letting all, there's a big release coming through the solar plexus. So letting go of all these bad feelings, these feelings of unsafety, these feelings of doubt, these feelings of pain, these feelings of fear, these feelings of fear of being abandoned, fear of being betrayed, fear of being abused, fear of opening up. This is interesting because before I would always see the masculine being in fear of opening up, and right now I'm seeing the feminine more like in fear of really opening up to receive and to receive the union. Okay, so let me see what else is coming through. Please continue to be in that receptive state because they're working on you, all the divine light beings that are here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we're going to heal the old female templates and sexual abuse as well. So this is still for the divine feminine. Okay, so can we please clear through Mother Mary, the sisterhood of the rose, bring in the divine, the high priestess energy. And we're going to heal and clear. And if you're divine masculine, I would encourage you or ask you to please support the fields, to support and hold space for this healing of the divine feminine. And if you can just see how you are wrapping up all the feminine energies that are here, you can just see like you are protecting these energies through a very beautiful blue. So you're the blue light and you are protecting and being the guardian of the divine feminines that are doing this healing. Or you can see this also for your own inner divine feminine and the inner divine masculine. So we're going to heal and clear any part of you that is still holding on to old female templates. So we're going to ask Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma, Mother Mary, and the Sisterhood of the Rose to please update, to please release all the old female templates of all the people listening to this video, of all the souls that are connected to us, of our soul group, extended soul group, family, friends, monad, and beyond if it's necessary. And Shauna, I'm seeing this also especially for you, that you are, because you're assisting so many women, your field is also like being activated right now, and you're being, all of you are being surrounded with this violet flame. So let's envision the violet flame burning off of our bodies, of our soul, of our energy bodies, of our spheres. This beautiful violet flame is burning off all the preconceptions, all the previous conceptions of the feminine. It's clearing and deleting all of the old female templates, all of the female templates of the old paradigm, of the old spiritual paradigm. Now, from the root point of conception, from your field, releasing from all the lower fields, from all the upper spheres, from anywhere at the mind level, from the brain, from the mind grids, from the conception, from the perception, releasing all of the old female templates now. Okay. A lot also releasing from the heart, a lot of pain from the heart, from the old females, from the old feminine energies. And I know we've all seen this, we've all been part of this somehow, we've all experienced this somehow, um, especially like the abuse, or sexual abuse or any kind of abuse of the feminine body, of the feminine energy, also through Mother Earth. So any abuse that has occurred in Mother Earth, in the lands, in the animals, in the plants and the trees, any abuse, we're going to start to clear this from the mind grids, from the earth grid, from your individual anchor point in this grid. So we're all connected through this magnetic and electric field. But in the magnetic field, we all have, or everywhere we have our own like positions, or where we anchor, where we connect to this web. So you can picture that it is like a very beautiful, bright web, white web. And we all have our specific anchor points in that web. So we're clearing all of this in those anchor points for you, for your twin flame, for the divine feminine and the divine masculine, for the collective. And we're going to activate our flames. We're going to activate our own unique flame. And we're going to see how it starts burning exactly in that point where you connect to the grid. And you can see it as the color that you perceive it. I am seeing now a lot of white flames, purple, rose, blue, even silver, gold. So any color that you perceive, you can see it start to grow and starting to clear off of the grid and of your own bodies. Anywhere where this experiences or past experiences, past trauma, or any way that we ever, conscious or unconscious, any way that we ever lived these experiences of being abused, especially of being sexually abused as women, as men. Okay, let's just see how this is lifting up. You can see this as kind of like a shadow that is just being siphoned through this, or is being absorbed by this golden spiral and by this violet flame. And these shadows are just are being returned through the spiral, through the golden and violet spiral, into Mother Earth and into the core of Mother Earth. So into the fire, into the holy fire to be transmuted. And I'm seeing all the ancestors, all the grandmothers again coming in, the grandmothers and the grandfathers, holding space for all of us who are doing this clearing. And they're saying that this necessary clearing. And I'm feeling a lot of tears, like I'm feeling to cry. So a lot of pain, a lot of tears is being released for both, for the divine feminine and the divine masculine collective. So if you can, just breathe in and let all of these tears go, let all of this pain go, all of this. And we're going to start. Okay, it's now being released completely. And we're going to start receiving the blessing from the grandmothers and the grandfathers, and also from God. So I'm seeing like all of us are receiving these golden codes of light, special codes. They're all symbols. I'm seeing a lot of Om symbols and a lot of different symbols for each of you. And they're coming in through your crown, through your spiritual channels, and they're coming in all the way into the body. Okay, and as they come in, they start to upgrade your field. And they start to download the new feminine templates into you and the new masculine templates also. And they start to seal your fields and seal your bodies. And they're starting to bring in this energy of protection, of a shield, of being shielded and protected in the divine light of God, in this golden energy, this golden sphere. And just bringing a lot of sacredness and a lot of honor is being presented from the divine masculines. They're just standing there with a lot of honor in their face, like holding a space for this healing of the divine feminine. And also honoring the divine feminine energies. And we thank you for that. The divine feminine energies are just being nurtured, being cleansed, being healed. And each one of you is going into their own individual process of what needs to be healed and cleansed right now for you. So just hold space for yourself. And we ask that this is also done for your twin. All of this healing. And for your family and your friends. For your soul group, extended soul group, monad, and beyond. Okay, great. Very powerful. Continue there, please, if you're still receiving. Some of you may feel the energy coming into your head, tingles up your legs, your spine, maybe a little dizziness or feeling like you want to lay down. If you want to lay down, please do so. This will help the energies anchor in. And also later to drink a lot of water. Okay, and I'm feeling guided to work with the masculine now. Let me see if I can find him. Okay, here it is. So let's see, what can we clear? Okay, I'm just going to read this. Okay. Okay, so let's see for the divine masculine. Okay, what do we need to heal today for the divine masculine energy? Okay, so I'm getting a couple of things here. Let me just give me a second to ground them. Okay. Okay, so for the divine masculine, we're going to heal any thoughts or any parts that were This is a little complicated subject, and I'm kind of surprised that we're going so deep right now. But it's about suicide or spiritual suicide. So it doesn't mean that, the divine masculine energy is suicidal or something like that, but it's healing the parts of the masculine collective that have shut down, or the parts that, because of difficult situations or because of things in their lives, they have shut down from life, or they have shut down from spirituality, or from their spiritual part, from their spiritual selves. And this is something that happens often, and especially when the soul is starting to develop the spiritual connection, um, or the spiritual path for divine masculines, or for men actually. Sometimes they are the only ones in these spiritual circles, and especially if they are younger, they may get this impression that they maybe shouldn't be there, or that this kind of connection or this kind of spiritual work is more for females, or more intended for feminines. So many may shut down, or also because they develop through spirituality. You develop your inner female and your inner masculine the same, ideally. So you have the equal amount of energy, let's say, or your energies are balanced, right? So this can be seen somehow, that the divine masculines have a lot of feminine energy, and they express that feminine energy. So maybe you're creative, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a writer, maybe so most of them, they have that part, but sometimes it's not very well seen by society or whatever, and they're not able to express it, and then they shut down. So this suicide or spiritual suicide can go in many different directions. So please just take what resonates and work on that part that is true for you. And I will do the clearing for everything, for all of the layers. So let's start by focusing on your third eye. And this has to do with the divine masculine projection, and the ability to project into their life who they truly are. Okay, without bypassing their personality, without bypassing who they really are, without bypassing their likes, their flavors, without bypassing their preferences. Okay, so let's go into the third eye. And divine feminines, you can do this for your own inner masculine, or for your twin as well, for the collective. Okay, so immediately we're being surrounded by blue, by the blue energy, the blue sapphire energy. And this energy is surrounding all of us. But in that blue energy, there are these small, like sparkles, or like dots of pink, of a very, very bright pink. So we're starting to anchor this, and this is the divine feminine energy that is always present in the divine masculine. So bring in the energy of the mother. Bring in the energy of the mother to heal the divine masculine's inner child. So I'm seeing this beautiful woman with this feminine energy holding a baby. So the divine masculine is being portrayed as this baby, this small child, and he's just being nurtured in the arms of this very strong feminine presence. And this is just the divine feminines are starting to open up the space and to hold the space for the growth of the divine masculine energy, and for the spiritual growth of the divine masculine. So we're going to heal and clear any parts of of us that have ever doubted our divine masculine's energy or the energy of the divine masculine. Any part of distrust of the divine masculine energy, of the divine masculine collective. Okay, and now we are able to anchor more fully and to hold a space. So for the divine masculine, please go into your Ajna chakra and start seeing how they're infusing this golden spiral into your Ajna chakra. And this is starting to heal and clear. It's going also into the forehead chakra. Starting to heal and clear all the programs, all the negative imprints, all the formed thoughts, anything and all that you ever absorbed from the outside, from outside sources, of any rules of how you should be, of how your spiritual path should look like, of how your mission should look like, of how your abundance should look like, of how your material world should look like. And any part of you that may be feeling or seeing or holding that the material world is not compatible with the spiritual world, or anywhere where there is separation between the spiritual and your daily life, any part of you that ever shut down spiritually, any part of you that was afraid to go in deeper into your spiritual knowledge, into your spiritual truth. And this is bringing in a lot of diamond codes into the heart of the divine masculine. I'm feeling a lot of healing, and this is again the inner child healing for the divine masculine. So we're going to speak to that child directly. I'm going to say, divine masculine, you're safe. You are protected. It is okay to be you. It is okay to be loved. It is okay to allow yourself to be loved. It is okay to receive love. It is okay to receive the love of God. It is okay to receive your spiritual connection every day, every hour, every minute, every second. It is okay to ask for more nurturance. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to ask for more support of the divine. And it is okay to ask for more support of the divine feminine as well. It is okay to feel. It is okay to not know. Sometimes it is okay to not have all the answers. And I'm feeling like a big release with this. It is okay to need help. It is okay to be held. It is okay to relax. It is okay to let go of control. Okay, and it is okay to be scared of coming closer. And you are held, even if it seems like you are alone, even if it seems that you are on your own. Know that you're always connected to the divine. Know that you're always connected to Mother Earth. You're always connected to the divine feminine. And you're constantly being nurtured. Okay, so knowing that you are nurtured. And this starts to clear up also a lot of the bonding wounds. So we're going to clear any bonding wounds that the divine masculines may have from the root point of conception, at a soul level, at the inner child level, at the emotional, at the physical level. Big release at the physical level. So anywhere where you were afraid of being touched, being held. Yeah, just of being held. Or also any fear of not being held by the divine feminine energy. So anywhere where there is this fear of abandonment, fear of being abandoned by the mother energy, fear of being abandoned by the nurturance, fear of being abandoned by the divine feminine energy. And healing and clearing all distorted ways of bonding through the rational, through the mental, through the lower, through the compulsive mind, letting go of that, and also letting go of the need to go into substitutes for that nurturance of the mother, of the divine feminine. So reconnecting the divine masculine essence within you with the divine feminine essence within you. Connecting the divine masculine to his divine feminine to get the nurturance, to get the love, to get the wisdom, to get the spiritual connection, to reactivate through the love of self, through the self-nurturance. And knowing that this is the way to receive, and this is a source, this is a channel that is always open, always and forever. The moment you need the nurturance, it will be there. The moment you need to connect to the divine feminine energy, it is there. It is an energy that lives within you, and it is an energy that you access also through your spiritual connection. Okay. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Okay, we're going to upgrade the inner God for all the males who are present today, or for all the divine masculines, and for the divine masculine collective. So bring in all the codes and all the channels, and opening up the channels to the divine God, to the divine masculine, and to embodying the divine masculine, your inner God. So this powerful inner God energy. This is the divine masculine energy. This is the energy that holds space, that protects, that nurtures, that is balanced, that is assertive, that is projecting, that is anchoring and holding all the pieces together, and that is protecting the divine feminine and the expansion and the reconnection of the divine feminine. So it's kind of the energy when a baby is being born and the divine feminine is in labor, right? And she's having all this pain and all these contractions and all these things that are going on. And meanwhile, the divine masculine, so it would be like the husband or the partner that is there, is holding the space for this. Usually they're there and they're just holding the space through their energy. They're just projecting the energy of comfort, the energy of protection, the energy of security. They're providing the stability so that all the things that are in a momentary chaos, they seem to be in order just by the presence of the divine masculine. So really embodying this quality of the God, of the one who shows up, who is present, who is holding steady and holding firm through all the chaos, through all that is really carrying and anchoring and providing this this peace and this tranquility to the divine feminine and to the unfolding of this energy. Okay, so being in your divine God, and this is also the energy that lets you shine your light into the world, and it lets you connect to others from a neutral standpoint, from a humble, from an honorable state. This is the energy that allows you to assist when your assistance is needed, that allows you to act when you are required to act, and that allows you to be present when you're required to be present. And that way you anchor your divinity, you anchor the golden energy, you anchor your divine gifts, and you anchor your power, you anchor your kingdom. Okay, this is the energy of the king, of the king, the just king. Okay, so we're anchoring this energy through the divine masculine and through the throat also, through the throat chakra of who I am, what I project, who I am to the world, and just rebalancing and upgrading the own conception of who you are and updating it through the God self. So you're no longer just a human when you think about yourself, but you are the God and the human. You are the God embodied in a human vessel. And the same goes for the divine feminine. You are the goddess in the human vessel. Okay, so the blue and the gold, the divine feminine, the goddess is in gold, and the masculine is in blue. And we are just bringing these into union like two serpents, just like two spirals starting to intertwine. And activating this energy, the kundalini energy in all of you. Activating your codes, your divine wisdom, your individual codes and spiritual gifts now. Okay, now we're just going to seal up everything. We're closing out all the bodies through the white and the golden energy, through the divine alchemy again. Ehana Mishatua, Eyamahakuto, Eyama. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for participating. Now, very slowly, we're going to start to breathe in deeply, anchoring in all of these energies, and coming back into the body and into the awareness of the mind. Okay, and I'm just thanking each one of you, each and every one of your souls who were here live or who joined later. Thank you so much for doing this work with me, with us. We are one. Thank you. Okay, so, oh my gosh, the time. Okay, so we went pretty deep, guys. I hope this helps you a lot and it helps you to shift your energies and to assist your twin as well in the collective. You all did a really great job. Um, yes, I know, Louise. I felt it too. I felt the tears at one point also very, very strongly. But just remember, guys, that we are all doing this together. We are all healing collectively as well. That's why I love to do these live healings, because you can really see and feel and know that you are not alone, that we are all a very important part of a chain of events that are unfolding right now. And we all have our individual mission within that chain, within that web of light. Namaste, my dear Caffeine Jones. Namaste to all of you. And I just wanted to take a moment to share with you that I will be giving this self-healing course. We're going to start the 21st of September. So, like exactly what I just did today, this type of healing, you can learn that with me to start to assist yourself and your twin flame. So I will be giving this self-healing course. It will be 4 lessons, and I will also do online coaching with you, and we will take a look at all these tools for you to learn how to clear, how to do your own clearings, how to do your own healings, how to do collective healings, and how to heal you and your twin flame, how to assist your twin flame union. And also for all of you who are clairvoyant, or who are opening up your gifts, or who just want to learn how to clear and balance your energy, and how to receive more insight, how to awaken your intuition, how to interpret your dreams, how to do things in dream state. This is part of the shamanic work that I do, and we will go into the basics of all of these subjects, of how to use your energy and how to use the understanding that you are an energetic being, and a divine being of energy who is multidimensional, and how to use your multidimensionality to increase your self-healing capacity, and to improve your life situation, your relationships, and your everyday life. Okay, so I think it's going to be something very, very wonderful. And if you're called to it, I know the people that are already there and the ones who will show are bringing a specific energy, and are bringing a specific synergy together. And we will do a lot of these collective healings. And we will be 10 people. I still have some spots left. So if you guys want to take a look at that, please go to my website. And because you're here, and because I had the whole thing today that I was late, I'm still going to offer to all of you guys the discount of the course. So normally it would be like an energy exchange or value of $400. And with the coupon code MAGIC, you can get the course for $280. So this is also a gift from me to really encourage you to take a leap of faith into your own self-healing journey, into your own self-love, into your self-commitment, and start to see the possibilities and what is available for you to be in the center of your life, and to really be in your power, to be empowered, and to know that you are able to heal yourself, that you are able to get the answers that you need, that you're able to do so much from your divine intelligence, and that you don't really need anyone or anything else. So in order to be able to heal. So that's the invitation. Also, if you have any questions about that, you can write them down here, or you can send me an email or send me a text, and I will be glad to reply to that. And also for the ones of you that are in New York or in New York area, I wanted to tell you that I will be there giving healings the 11th and the 12th. And I have a very beautiful space in Soho, and I will be giving one-on-one healing sessions there. So also, if you would like to meet me or work with me and you're in the area, or you know someone that could benefit from this who is in that place, please give them the information. Everything is on my website, and I will write it down here in case you haven't seen it, but also in the description box of all my videos, there's a lot of information there usually. Okay, there it is. And I think that's it for the healing for today. I know it's very late, guys, but thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here and for doing this great work today. So if no one has any other questions, I will log off. Okay, but I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings, and I really hope this helps you and brings you forward in your journey. I love you all. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Thank you. I'll see you very soon. Okay. I will post a new video tomorrow. So we will go in further into the whole sacred sexuality topic, because I had a couple of questions after the last video I posted. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth with that. And also, if you have questions about that or about any topic, you can always write to me and write me an email or write to me in these conversations, but also through my website. And you can ask me those questions and I can address them in the new videos. So you can participate and you can be active also in this way with me, and we can co-create together. So I encourage you to do that. I would love to hear from you. You're welcome, Lyndon. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you many kisses and a lot of strength. Okay, and you guys are powerful, so continue. I love you guys. Yes, we will do, dear Amber. We'll do. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.